hence why I gave out that caution. Again, to use the reference in psychology, if you try and address the surface layer of the issue without all the underlayers, which is why I call aggression the onion, like there's so many layers to this, and when you start peeling, you realize, my God, I'm 3 layers in and there's probably another 10 or more to go. There's a lot of work here to do. I'm still telling people to this very day when I ring them up or I'm talking to them about the pre-consult, when we're arranging time, I'll let them know this is not something that's just going to go away. It took a lifetime probably to create it. It's going to take time. And I said that doesn't necessarily mean that's time where you have to consult with me, but there's a lot of homework, a lot of things that you guys are just going to have to change. Some of them might be incremental, small things, and some of them might have to be large changes that are going to have to occur, because some of these things are very deep-seated in the dog. And unfortunately, they've come from explanations that you've just given into pressure relief.
Yeah. What triggered you to make that video was that woman who contacted us had an issue with
there's been so many. But that was the catalyst.
Yeah. And she said that someone had said, what was it, $500 one session, they were going to fix the aggression in the dog.
Yeah.
And we rightly go like, oh, what the fuck, right? But that person that's going to charge $500 in one session, fix it. Now, you could bet they're just going to try and flatten the dog out. And that's probably what they know how to do. And it works 9 out of 10 times. They're probably right.
It works for them.
Right? Yeah. And so they flatten the dog out completely to the point where the dog is too afraid to do anything.
Yep.
And therefore your aggression problems is fixed because the dog barely takes shallow breaths because he's too scared of taking a deep breath. Maybe that's part of the behavior that could be punished, right? And so that probably works 9 out of 10 times. And on the 1 out of 10 where it doesn't work, we can just blame the dog's not right in the head, right? We can just go, that nothing can be done for this dog, right? And so that's one of the big problems that we find in our industry is, those lone people who maybe like, oh, Jono down the street taught them this and now they're dealing in it. It really does work for them largely.
Yep.
And, not like, certainly you'd agree. I've definitely had dogs that I have said, no, there's something wrong with the dog. Like I can't get through to this dog. There is, and that can happen. People are crazy. Dogs can be crazy, right? So they exist.
Yeah, they do.
We have to acknowledge that.
Yeah.
But then maybe there's people who are like, no, I can flatten the dog out. And if it doesn't go right, then like my one tool works on everything. And if it doesn't work on this, then there's nothing else that can be done.
Yeah.
And they're probably not assholes. They're probably good people, but that's what they know.
Yeah,
that's what they were shown.
That's right. It's not a matter of the person being an asshole. It's just that they're being very singular about their approach to it. And there's times where people have come to me for aggression consults and I've said to them, I don't think I can fix this dog. And they've said, well, what are my options? I've said, go and see my colleague. I might refer him to you or Jazz or somebody else. I might just say, look, go and get a second opinion. You need to speak to this person, or medication might relieve it for you. You might get a fix on this. And I said, there's some things that are rattling around in the head of this dog, which is concerning me. It's dangerous. You have to be aware that, life with this dog is going to be very, very difficult and extremely demanding from this point in.
Yeah.
So